Hi, my name is Andrew Percle, and today I'd like to talk to you about a subject called hydraulic fracturing. So what is hydraulic fracturing? Is it good or is it bad? Since the Industrial Revolution, our energy consumption has risen drastically. The majority of this energy consumption is supplied by fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. Recently, there has been a lot of talk about a controversial method of extracting this natural gas called hydraulic fracturing, or what most of us would call fracking. Fracking, by definition, is described as the recovery of natural gas from deep layers of rock inside the earth. Porous rock is fractured by the use of water, sand, and other chemicals in order to release the enclosed natural gas, basically causing fractures in the rock, hence the name fracking. This technique of fracking has been known since the 1940s, but only in the last 10 years has there been so-called a fracking boom, especially in the United States. This is because most of the conventional natural gas sources in America have been exhausted and the price is high enough for fracking to be profitable. So, what is the fracking process? The fracking process is quite simple. First, a shaft is drilled a few thousand feet into the earth. Then a horizontal hole is drilled into the gas-bearing layer of rock. Next, the fracking fluid is pumped into the ground using high-pressure pumps. On average, this fluid consists of about 2 million gallons of water, several million pounds of sand, and about 5,000 gallons of chemicals. The mixture penetrates the rock layer and produces millions of tiny cracks. The sand prevents the cracks from closing, and the chemical condenses the water, kills the bacteria, and dissolves the minerals. Finally, the fracking fluid is pumped out and natural gas can be recovered from the well. As soon as the gas is recovered, the drill hole is sealed and they move on to drill another well. This process to recover natural gas and oil has been a huge benefit to the United States. It has allowed the country to ease dependency on foreign gas and oil, so fracking not only increased the supply of natural gas by 65% in the United States, but the rate of employment as well. Also, it has made a positive impact on the economy, since it accounted for about $385 billion in direct economic activity as reported in 2012. Fracking has been a great help for the American economy, but with great benefits come great risk. Fracking has been in the news a lot over considerable risk. The primary risk is the contamination of drinking water in landlocked states. For example, in Dimick, Pennsylvania, a town found high levels of methane in their drinking water after a company called Cabot began fracking in their area. Methane is released during both the fracking and drilling process of fracking, and the EPA conducted a classified study that found this to be true. Methane was in the tap water. Cabot claims this leak of methane in the town's well water is because of a bad cement job on the well. Currently, the residents are suing the company, and it's awaiting trial. The chemicals in the fracking process are extremely toxic and they're carcinogens. For example, benzene and formic acid are used in the fracking process. Companies say nothing about the precise composition of the chemical mixtures. Unfortunately to us, it is known that there are about 700 different chemical agents that can be used during this process. When the fracking fluid is removed from the well, it is contained in a regulated waste container. However, the remnants of the chemical remain inside the well and in the porous rock forever. Another risk is the greenhouse gases. The natural gas recovered consists mostly of methane, a greenhouse gas which is 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Yes, natural gas is less harmful when it is burned than coal, but the fracking process is very harsh to the climate. The fracking process requires a lot of energy to manage, and the rate of recovery is higher than traditional wells, which means more wells need to be made. So, how should we assess fracking and its expected benefits and risk? When you balance the advantages with the disadvantages, the risk outweighs the benefits to some and vice versa. So when this technique is properly deployed, it offers a way of meeting our demands for low-cost energy and jobs in the short term. However, in the long term, the effects of fracking are unforeseeable, and the risks to our health and drinking water should not be underestimated. Since there have not been any long-term studies to this process, no one really knows the future outcome of fracking today.